about to go off. I ain't on the phones no more. So I'm gonna say how I feel today. Hey you guys, welcome back. It's gonna take a minute for me to get everything I gotta get off my chest today.
Meaning this video about to be long, so get comfortable.
Let's just start with describing the transition, okay? Last video, I talked about how I left Aquatots because pretty much I needed a job that made more money, and just to get away from all the dynamic changes that were happening, I went on Google, landed my next interview with a TV streaming service called Hulu. Now, Hulu, I actually had an account with them, like, before ever even knowing that they had a call center in my city. So I was just like, they got a great streaming service, I like it, so why not apply? Also, a quick reminder, please subscribe to my channel right now for more content before I start getting into this story. This company was about a 6-minute drive from the apartment I was living in at the time, and my interview took place pretty much at the location. When I first walked into the building, you know, I'm wearing my little suit, trying to be all professional and stuff, it's just clean. Like, the whole building is like super clean. It's got that new fresh smell, like it was just built. Pretty much that place was like a hipster paradise. Like, you just see hipsters walking back and forth with computers, looking like girls with a full face of makeup, nails all done up, walking around in heels. What the heck is going on here? Overall, the interview went well. They were pretty much asking me about my past work experience, and I think one of them gave me that question like, think of the last time you were in a difficult situation. Where were you and how did you deal with it? After that interview was over, went back home, and I pretty much waited like about a week, and then I got an email back from them saying that I got the job and information about when the next training would begin. So the training lasted for 1 month, and it wasn't individual training because Hulu is a company that kind of hires people in bulk. So it was a group training. It kind of felt like the recreation center training. We did a lot of icebreakers. They pretty much went through and taught us all the basics of how to do the jobs. And I just want to note that the training was nothing compared to actually being on the floor. Here's my first question for myself. What did I like about the training? It gave me a great opportunity to pretty much befriend my coworkers before even starting, because Lord knows I wouldn't have went out of my way to do it. The training also provided me with a good foundation of how to use systems and how to take calls and do chats, so that was pretty helpful. Here's the part that most definitely got me up. At the end of the training, we're all in groups, we all got close, you know? I bet you can guess what happened. They split us up. Oh, man. I'm not gonna go into that because that's not what I'm saving my energy for. Not yet. So let's talk about the inside of this building. I gotta admit, the facilities were pretty dope. Pretty much everywhere is key card access only. So you have to have like a key card and you put it on this little scanner, it goes beep, and then you open the door. But it kind of gave you like that VIP vibe, like I work here, can't no outsiders come into my place without going to the front desk and requesting my presence. This place had 2 floors worth of pretty much a big ass cafeteria. So each cafeteria had like 3 massive refrigerators and microwaves, free coffee, free hot chocolate. The company would give you like $10 allowance every week because they had a big snack bar that you could just go get snacks from. This place also had a bunch of these big glass boxes, but those were actually soundproof study rooms There was a game room. This game room had like PS4, Xbox, Wii U, Wii Fit. Those retro box game sets where you play the alien invaders with the freaking joystick and the button. Whatever you can imagine was in the game room. They had a yoga room that had like serene ocean sounds. There was a room that had like 2 massage chairs in there. You get your own locker, and they provide you with a free headset. If you're enjoying the video so far, please do your girl a huge favor, hit your subscribe button and tap on that like button for me, okay? Other than all those other places, the rest of the facility was pretty much just rows and rows, hundreds of just computer monitors. And the other thing in the room with all the computers that's very important were these huge TV screens that were hanging from the ceiling. When I first walked out there on my first day, they were green, and during the training I was just like, okay, they explained to me that this TV has 4 colors that are very important: green, yellow, orange, and red. And each one had a Simpsons name tied to it. So green Lisa, yellow Bart, orange Marge, and red Homer. Remember this information, okay? It's very important. Each of these colors means something about how heavy call traffic is for that day. So green, every now and then, maybe like every 10 to 15 minutes, you'll probably get a call, or if you're in chat room, you'll probably get a chat from somebody. If it's yellow, it's gonna pick up a little bit. Maybe every like 5 minutes you'll get a call. Orange is like, okay, this is a steady stream of calls, like something's going on. Either something happened with everybody's billing, or I don't know, something is going down that's like a common issue across the nation that we could probably, work together as a team to kind of work it out. The color you want to avoid is red. That means Hulu just fucking shut down. That's it. Like, Hulu just shut down. The whole nation and their mama is affected, and everybody is calling us right now. So I just wanted to mention briefly before I can already feel like my rant is reaching its peak. So before I go into that, I just wanted to tell you guys about my hours. So pretty much the hours that I worked were from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. So like 8 hours on the floor with an hour lunch. All right. Let's talk about my worst experiences. Number 1, rude customers. Now, this is my first experience working in a call center where we're both on the phone. So I've learned that people get real brave when they're on the phone. Completely different vibe I'm given from people compared to face-to-face interaction, which is what I've done in my other customer service positions. People really shocked me. Number 2, this chaotic demon realm called double chats. Imagine this. You're texting an ex. Now imagine the both of you were just pissed at each other and y'all just going at it, thumbs lit on fire. Imagine that tension and anger times 2. 2 different people, 2 different accounts. You're going back and forth between both of these chats trying not to fuck nothing up. When I tell you my anxiety was on 100, that is not an over-exaggeration. I have never experienced anything like double chats in my entire life, and I would not wish it on my worst enemy. Experience number 3. I gotta take my glasses off for this one because I don't need to be breaking nothing. I'm pretty sure that the majority of this nation is familiar with the night of Game of Thrones Season 8 premiere. If you had a Hulu account and you were looking to get the HBO extension so that you can watch this premiere, I am very upset with you in this moment. After the video, I'm okay. But in this moment, I'm about to go off. I ain't on the phones no more. So I'm gonna say how I feel today. The chaos that happened that night with the Hulu app was your fault. Talking to the Game of Thrones fans that had Hulu. Pretty much to give you some backstory, what happened that night? Everybody and their mama in America thought it'd be a good idea 20 minutes before it premiered to sign up for a Hulu account to get the free trial so they don't have to pay. The servers that make Hulu work thought it was being mass hacked. Literally, the servers thought it was being hacked because everybody was doing it at the same time. So then once all that tomfoolery happened, Hulu just shut down. It shut down completely. And we're over here, me and my coworkers is over here chilling like, today's gonna be a good day, la la la. And then you just hear someone from the back of the room, Red Homer, man the station, everybody go. What the heck is going on? Why is everybody going so crazy? Like, I know we've dealt with red days before and I know how ugly it can get. I had no idea it could get uglier than that. I'm not gonna talk about any of the phone calls because I'm sitting here playing that whole night over in my mind, going through that, reliving that trauma for this video. All I know is to this day, I'm still livid about that night. And because of that night, I will never in my life watch Game of Thrones. It's not worth it. I don't want to be reminded. My throat hurt. I need some water. Another thing that happened. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to be negative, but first, I need to give some background for this next part. In the beginning, when I first started at Hulu after my training, we were assigned to a supervisor. My first supervisor, wonderful person. She was wonderful. We could talk, we could joke around, different stuff like that. She was great. Now, I failed to understand that this company had a thing that was like quarterly rotations or whatever, which means, and you guessed it, they're gonna mix us up again. Let me talk about my second supervisor. I ain't gonna say no names, but me and this person had a dilemma that happened that caused me to just end up not even wanting to sit with the group anymore. Like, I went to the second floor and I sat with my friends from the previous group, and after this event happened, I didn't sit back with my original group again because I just couldn't. I didn't feel comfortable. So what happened was, my supervisor came to me one day and was just like, we need to have a meeting. Something has come up that involved you. And I was just like, okay, fine, we can have the meeting. So we go to one of the meeting rooms and we sit down. He tells me that I have been giving viewers like extra stuff and freebies or whatever, like I'm playing the system or something like that for better scores, better retention scores and stuff like that. And I was just like, no, I've never done that. Like, at least I don't think I have been. And so we kind of went back and forth with that, and then he starts like saying how he learned about it and that that I could lose my job and different stuff like that. So pretty much, yeah, I'm like 100% affected now by that statement right there. Well, I start writing a bunch of emails, messaging corporate to see if they could investigate this so that they can send it to my supervisor so that it can clear my name. And lo and behold, my record was clean. It was clean. His dumbass misread something and falsely accused me of something that could have ultimately made me lose my job. I was just like, I can't leave this job and I can't switch supervisors, so I'm not gonna sit in a group that's supervised by someone that makes such a dumb mistake. So that's why I just started sitting elsewhere. I was like, I can't do this. To switch to a happier note, my best experiences. So, my best experiences at Hulu, they all involve just having pretty much great calls. Like, I would have some calls with people where they would appreciate that I wasn't a robot, first of all. They'd appreciate the work and the service that I gave in such a fast time, because I was a really quick learner. Like, I learned in a really quick manner at Hulu, and I got stuff down fairly quickly, and I was able to help people within a decent time because they pretty much, the customer would tell me over the phone, like, wow, that was really fast. Like, thank you so much for helping me. My scores, my retention scores were good without cheating the system. So it was just my God-given talent. Also, because I worked from 2 to 11, I was able to sleep in the mornings and have time to spend with my husband. We were still dating at the time. We weren't actually married just yet. And also, the Hulu paychecks were my biggest paychecks I had ever earned in my whole history of working. So that was definitely a great perk about the job. So, time to have this conversation. Why did I leave? In the middle of like the last 2 to 3 months of me working at Hulu, me and my husband were discussing what we wanted to do next with our lives, ultimately. We were thinking, like, do we want to stay at this apartment in our hometown for another lease year? Or do we want to cut the lease and do something else, like move to a different apartment or leave the country? So during that time, yes, we were discussing leaving the country, and I'd say that decision was being made like about 1.5 years ago, give or take from today, 1.5 years ago. So we started saving up our money. We sold all of our stuff, started living with, temporarily living with some family members so that we can ultimately sell our car and still have somewhere to stay. To be honest, if we didn't decide to go to Japan, I'd probably still be working at Hulu, just because the paycheck was really good and they did take care of the employees. Like, other than the whole supervisor incident, everything else was pretty doable. So ultimately, I feel like I already said that. I've said that word like too many times. But ultimately, we started living at my parents' house, and during that time, their house was not within a reasonable distance compared to where Hulu was. So I decided to just leave and find another job that's closer, preferably within walking distance from my parents' house, that was at least part-time, so that I can continue saving up for our trip. That job I will discuss in the next video, so look forward to that. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for watching. Please do me a huge favor and drop a like down below on this video. Also, if you have some time, take a look at the rest of my content I have. I'm sure you'll find something that you'll like. If you're a returning visitor, thank you so much for stopping by, seeing how I'm doing and what I'm up to. If you could also do me a favor, drop a like on this video and also hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you can stay up to date on any and all content I decide to put out. Thank you again to everybody for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!